Excess of copyright material may, under circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission, formal payment to a copyright holder. To the noddy holder, there you go. Let's go back to there. I need to copy and paste this stream. 1 second. Home. News reporting, teaching, and research without. Pause. And let me copy that. Why does it do that? There we go. Copy. Twitter. King Charles says it's more imperative than ever. So, good night. Queen Charles. Let's get it right. Charlene. Let's use the correct pronouns for a starter. There we go. And Wednesday Night Live. There it is. And there we go. Let's come back to class. Good evening, boys and girls. How are you all? Let's say hello to today's students. First in was Tubbs again. Tubbs, what's going on, eh? It's like you got an accelerator button. Alpha, welcome to the show. Luke came third. Cash came fourth. Rachel came fifth. Cable came sixth. Salam. E-Trader, Edmondson, hello, welcome to the show. Seventh. Trini, eighth. Johnny Yuma, ninth. And Noah, 10th. Welcome to the show, guys. Okay. Where was I going tonight? Gangsters. Yeah, we're going to do some gangsters. Because I want to be a gangster. We've covered the serial killers last night. Well, some of them. It's the same right across the board. It has to be all of them. All of them. Or it wouldn't work. It's that simple. Let's take up Gangsters. Oh, we've got to start with Al Capone, haven't we? Probably one of the most famous ones in the world. Chubby little bitch, wasn't she? Look at that little baby face. Baby face. You got the cutest little baby face. Look at those kissable lips. Look at the Cupid's bow. Look at the soft eyes. Open, look. Open, not closed in with a brow bone. She's widest in the hairline, of course, not at the cheeks. She's pudgy. She's round and she smiles just like a girl. Look at them soft eyes. They always look like they've got like makeup on, don't they? Women's eyes. Hello, Ryan. How you doing, mate? Welcome to the show. We are looking at Al Capone, AC, Antichrist. They love to tell you. Let's open up images. I mean, let's start with that body, shall we, hey? She's got quite the chicken nom-nom, wouldn't you say? Very pudgy. Short upper arm. Hands ending. She can barely wipe her own backside, look. Blokes have got longer arms so they can cover up the gullies. Women have shorter arms so they can breastfeed babies. Look at those eyelashes. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. A baby, baby. Scarface, they called her. Probably plastic surgery, don't you think? She got a mastectomy scar on her cheek. The eyelashes alone tell me it's a woman. Really open eyes, the beautiful lips of a woman. The soft baby face of a woman. Shiny, estrogen-filled eyes. Tom Hardy, egghead, playing a fat egghead. Of course, all of the hitmen are women. All of the gangsters are women. Everything they printed in the papers is tosh. Where do you get most of your information from? The news. Who owns the news? Who owns the news in every single country? There are two companies throughout the world that own every single company. Every other company is a sister company to this company. Does anybody know the name of that company? The big one. There's two of them, but the one I'm looking for has got a second reason. Anyway, back to this fat little woman. Al Capone and all of the mobsters. None of them are bigger than 5'4". They do. They look like the Ant Hill mob when you line them all up together in a police lineup. Look at that face. Look at that face. Still got the beautiful eyes, look. The pudgy lips and face. She's a girl all day long. We need some gates to prove it, Peter. I think there's a few on Al Capone, as I recall. From female Bigfoot. She's about to step right in front of herself, look. Look at the queue line on the copper. We've got problems with those legs, that's for sure. There's a stair fail, game over. Al Capone's leg and knee is in rotation. She's got tiny feet as well, look. And there's a full mince right there. Shame it's missing the bottom bit, but there's a full mince. The short arm, look. That's why they wore these big coats and the braces and that to hide the hips. That's not him, is it? Is that him? Oh, we're done. That's a woman all day long, look. Tiny little foot again. Is that him getting out the cab? It is. That's a shame. Just can't see it. Another flamingo foot right there. Oh, no, it's not. I'm looking at two coppers. Full mince and a flamingo foot. The police are all in on it. The solicitors are in on it. Even the people that take the photographs are in on it. It's the truth. It truly is, folks. They give them big Cuban cigars, a big hat, a big coat, and you don't notice that the godfather is actually the godmother. There she is as a little girl, look. Look how soft she is. Look at those doughy eyes. Bright eyes, burning like fire. With a small, high-mounted ears, no cheekbones. Same with your president. Yeah. Little rounded eyes, look, no brow bone, high set ears, pudgy little mouth and face. This is probably the best one of them all. Lucky Luciano. Is it Lucky Luciano? I don't know. It's look at the size of these three. They're your average girls that you see when you're shopping. These two are on growth hormones. Al Capone and the one. I think Al Capone stood 5'9", 5'10", about as big as me, and this one must be a 6-footer. But flamingo foot. Full mince, full mince, full mince there. Al Capone with the diamond. I can't see that last one. Oh, there it is. Let's have a look. State of it. They're all sagging. All the trousers are sagging, look, because they've all got big hips. They've all got meaty, juicy thighs. Papa's got a sweet tooth tonight. I remember, who was it who got in contact with us that time? A relation of Al Capone's, and she was adamant. Al Capone is not. You should see the state of John Gotti's daughter, Victoria. Anyway, there they are. Here's the Keystone lineup lot. Look at them lot. Oh, they look hard as fuck. Oh, excuse my language. They look solid, them lot, don't they? Don't want to mess with them 6 shorties. Catch the pigeon, catch the pigeon. They do. They look like the Anthill mob. Especially this one. I think that might even be Lucky Luke. I know Lucky Luciano was a pipsqueak. They're all pipsqueaks, look. This is the mob. It's so funny. It does make me laugh. So, our grandparents grew up believing that these were the hardened mobsters in New York just because the papers printed it. That one is definitely Lucky Luciano there. Look at the size of those hips. Look at the hip twist. Tiny little short arms. Big meaty chunky thighs. That one is definitely Lucky Luciano. Tiny look. Pipsqueak. And it's even the coppers look. The coppers, the solicitors. It don't matter who we look at. They're all mincers. It kills me, it really does, that I didn't notice this stuff before. Of course, their favourite weapon, a Tommy gun! I used to love watching the crime channels. I still watch a bit of them, just for giggles now, and looking at the people and faces that they're showing me. And within, I don't know, a few minutes, if I haven't already made up my mind, it takes a few minutes for me to, your flip-flop. Al Capone's a woman. Proven by the way she walks. All her gangster friends are midgets. The midget gems. amount of people say to me, you wouldn't tell John Gotti that to his face. Oh, yes, I would. I'll tell Conor McGregor. I'll tell Mike Tyson. I don't care who you put in front of me. You understand? I'm a trumpet for God. I'm a trumpet for the truth. I wouldn't say it to them. Of course I would. They're lying. You see, the only reason they can walk around in public like this is because nobody knows. If you started pointing it out, just like that little boy with the emperor and his new robes, when that little boy started saying to everyone, the king's naked, everyone then agreed with the little boy. The king's naked. King, your willy's showing, your tagger's waggling. And that is exactly what I am. I'm that little boy pointing out that the emperor's got the wrong clothes on. You understand? The emperor is an empress. The gangster is a hamster. I mean, look at the painting they did of it. I don't want that. Get off. I don't know where you're taking me. Look at the painting. Is that a big wide face or a squashy little face with coffee bean eyes? Caricaturists are our friends. I don't know what's going on with this policeman's legs. Al Capone, look at that. Look at the separation on her knees there. And the final picture, look. They're all mincers. It don't matter. Even the look at the size of them panties. Look at this copper. Is that a milkman or a copper? I can't tell. It's either a milkmaid or it's a female policewoman. I'll just point out that Bruce Lee wasn't born yet, but they still had his trousers. Long leg, tiny body. No, Peter, that was fashion back then. Shut up. I don't listen to any more lies. I really don't. Look at the state of her. She's got the biggest childbearing hips I've ever seen. That's a belter, innit? Gentlemen, when was the last time it took 15 seconds to undo your zipper? You can put the countdown clock on. Right, anyway, enough. I'm going to take that picture because it made me giggle. I'll do something with those trousers. Whoa there, Daisy. Surely there's a cow in front of this person. Right, so Al Capone, with the beautiful eyelashes, is definitely a woman. The mobsters are all midgets. Mishters, we'll call them. It's a joke. It's an absolute... This is one of the oldest gangsters, right, that they told you about, the Valentine's Day massacre. None of it happened. You believed lie upon lie upon lie upon lie, delivered to you by people who lie about their core identity. Okay? You have a pattern. Use it. You've got a recognitive, what is it? Pattern recognition noticing brain. Use it. There's a pattern here. I'll show you how good the pattern is. This is, when's Al Capone? 1920s, I think. 1920s, I don't know. There's Al Capone. Let's come right up to modern day. Noddy, John Gotti. Not John Gotti, the Teflon Don. Well, let's start. Oh, look at John Travolta played a lovely part because she's got close set eyes, arched eyebrows, small high set ears, pink lips, a long top lip, deep philtrum, a flat forehead with two... It reminds me of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger as well. I'm there. I'm seeing Senator Schwarzenegger. Anyone else? They look alike because they've all got female skulls. John Gotti, stud, 5 foot, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About my height. Tall for a woman, right? All of the it men. Who's that? Is that Sammy the Bull? Look at the closeness of her eyes. Look at the 5 head. Look how close that policewoman's eyes are at the back. Dial M for Masons in this policeman's forehead. I can do this all day because they're all in on it, you see. Sammy the Bull ain't getting arrested and these aren't real policemen. They're all actors. Same as the mafia. I want to say the Godfather, but it's not. It's the Godmothers. The Godmothers are faking it. Welcome, Anna Souza. How you doing, darling? Dale, Jennifer, how you doing? If I missed anyone, welcome to the show. Sorry, I'm in Gangsterland. We're in Mobland. John Gotti, noddy, John Gotti. She's got rounded eye sockets. Look, you can see how rounded they are and open. They are not closed in like a man's. Men don't get this dial M for Masons. We do get male pattern baldness, but we don't get the widow's peak clinging on for dear life. There's John Gotti's wife. There's John Gotti's wife with the broad shoulders, the flat chest, the far apart eyes, the square brow bone. Look at it shining back. How can a light that shines so brightly suddenly shine so dim? It's a shim. It's a shim. She, him, and that's an MTF, a male to female, secretly transgendered mobsters. Why? Because they have to control everything. You understand? It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a good organisation like the church, whether it's a charity, it doesn't matter. They have to control it. That way, none of the money raised in these charities go back to where that money was meant to go. It's that simple. Armanda Sante. Yeah. A blessing from prison. Noddy, John Gotti. Right, we're done, right? No, we're not done. We've got to get the gates. As you can tell, it's an egghead, right? No jawbone whatsoever. A big fat chin of a woman. Dial M for Masons. Close set, pretty shiny eyes. High set ears, look. All we need is John Gotti's gates, okay? I was happy when I saw them as well. There's quite a few nice ones for John Gotti. But when we look at these FBI photos of the mob, first up there, whoever that mobster is with a widow's peak, we got a major problem right there with the first one. Second one, you'll say his shoulders are massive. It's the coat, okay? It's just the coat. He's in mid-step, so you could just literally put it between right there. That one looks like Flamingo from that position. Modern day Irish mobsters walking in line right there, look. And this one walking in line. These are modern day Irish mobsters, I believe. From Ireland. I think that's right. Or it might not be. They might still be John Gotti's crew. John Gotti walking. Oh, look at the state of that. Is that him? Game over, right? I don't know where that picture's come from. I don't think I've seen that picture before, but John Gotti's a bitch. Look at the state of this man here, pretending to be a woman with the low set ears. Look where the earring is, look. It's below the chin almost. Noddy, John Gotti. Mincer right there with the big bald five head. Another Mincer here. This is the lawyers of John. Oh no, John Gotti Jr. No, is that John Gotti Jr.? I don't know if it is, but if it is, it's a woman. They're all women, right? And that's the way this works. It's the only way it works, because if you put normal people in there, people will notice the difference. Not everyone will, but some will, for sure. That's why it has to be all of them. That's how they keep control. Noddy, John Gotti. I'm getting bored. There we go. John Gotti, feet at 8 and 4 o'clock. The short arm of a woman wearing the Inspector Clouseau coat to hide how big her hips are. John Gotti's, oh, there it is. John Gotti mincing. Let me have a look at my Gotti and see if it needs an update. I don't think it does. I did Gotti within the last year or so, I think. Let it search. Whilst it searches for John Gotti, we'll pick up the rest of the gates. Is that him? No, but it's definitely in line, whoever it is. Carlos, someone. Look, all the mobsters are women. Look how the leg curls upwards, look. See the calf? And on the back leg it curls outwards. There's one. John Gotti in line. There's another one. I like that one as well, look. Lent into the walk. Shoulder tilt. Pushing into the walk. Full mince. There's another one. Tightrope walking, look. Inline footfall of a woman. And there is your final full mint. John Gotti. No, that's fine. I've got all them pictures I've just picked out. John Gotti. What's his daughter called? Victoria Gotti. Or is it his wife? I don't know. Let's have a look. Victoria Gotti. just to show you they do it to their children as well. Is that John Gotti Jr. with a big 5 head, dial M for Masons? Looks a bit like Andy Garcia. This one, look, with a bowling ball head and the far apart eyes. The Adam's apple. The corrugated neck. The mastoids of a Terminator. The huge shoulders of a man. This is John Gotti's son, not his daughter. And again, look at the dude. Look at the woman with dial M for Masons in the hairline, high set ears, pink lips. It's all of them. Let's go back in time again. We'll go to Ronnie and Reggie Kray. The Krays. Tagged as the kings of British gangster land and mob land, all made up. It's all made up. It really is. They kept him in prison for 30 years. They don't keep their own people in prison, actors. Right, they hadn't even done anything wrong, so why would they put them in prison? What do you mean they didn't do it wrong? They murdered loads. They didn't murder anyone. Everyone they murdered, all the victims, they're all in on it. You understand? It's nothing happens. Nothing ever happens. Nothing happens at all. So there were 3 Krays: Charlie Kray, Ronnie and Reggie. They were the boxers, allegedly. I'll show you some boxing pictures in a minute. I've seen more meat on a sparrow's kneecap. But just because the papers touted these big women as the hardest gangsters in London and the biggest firm, everyone was worried and scared of them. You understand? Because they're controlling the mobsters. All the real mobsters below them feared these people because of what the papers said about them. Instantly. Short arm. Look at the short arms on both of them. They can barely wipe their own backsides. Look how high up his waist comes. He's got the ski whiff leg of a woman. Same with this one. And we've got some better pictures than that, don't worry. There's a better one. Both of them. Look at that bitch right there. If you're not convinced the other one's a bitch, how can it just be one of them? It can't be. It has to be all of them, including their mob and crew too. So Jack the At McVitie and the other one that's supposed to have got bumped off, it's all made up. It's not real. There are real people, real killers and murderers and hitmen out there. There are, don't get me wrong. But these ones are all made up. Okay? They use inverted twins to play inverted twins, look. Spandau Ballet, Martin Kemp, MK33, and the other one, I can't remember what the other one's called, to play the first load of twins. Tom Hardy played both roles in the new one there, look. Look at Tom Hardy's face. The short sloping shoulders, the absolute no neck, pointed chin, close set eyes, widest in the forehead. Look how high up those ears are. The deep philtrum, the small pouty mouth. They use inverted actors to play other inverted actors. These aren't real gangsters, they're just inverted actors. Yes, Ryan, it's a joke on us, right? It's all a joke. The whole world's a joke on us. And the sickest joke of them all, right, is what's happening to us right now, is that they wake the people up telling them the truth, knowing that most of them aren't going to believe it, and sit with popcorn watching us lot go off our toppers, realising what the truth is about the world and how we've been lied to. It's a mental torture. I can't even explain it to you. They say that Chinese water torture and all this is the worst. This is the worst torture in the world. Knowing God's real and no one believing me. Like I'm crying wolf when there is a wolf, but they just can't see the wolf in the sheep's clothing. In this case, a woman in a man's clothing. It's only when you realise that the kingdom of God is inside of you. The kingdom of heaven resides within you, your heart, your mind, your soul and spirit. Because you were created in his image. But I asked myself, would I go back to being able to sleep again? Being able to work again? Imagine being a balloon creator like me, a balloon twister. Some kid asked you for a space shuttle or a rocket. All I wanted to tell them was, space ain't real. You can't. I want to start having flat earth conversations with the kids at parties. What's the space shuttle pushing against? Huh? What's it pushing against? It's in space. There's nothing. It can't fly. I had a full-grown man the other day, Jason, telling me, once it gets to space, it's just going. That's it. It doesn't need any propulsion. Right? How's it stopping? Oh, they use the gravity on another planet to slow it down. You've been watching too much Star Trek. Anyway, back to these two inverted flip-flops. They're a pair of women with big trousers, big hips, close together eyes. They both went about as close to prison as Tommy Robinson did. It's a joke. It really is. They mingled with the biggest celebrities of the days. Barbara Windsor and stuff. They were all major famous people in England. They all went to the nightclubs with them. This tells you it's all bollocks because Windsor's a man. Anything connected to planets and space is bollocks. Anything connected to these people is bollocks. Which is why when people tell me, oh, you're a blasphemer, Peter, you don't believe the whole of the Bible. Of course I don't. It's written by Masons. It's copyrighted by the English Crown. So I don't accept it's the whole word of God. No chance. No chance whatsoever. No way. But there's absolutely an abundance of truth in there. God's word is definitely in there. But so is man's. There's no way God saw the gold and the gold was good. There's no way Jesus said use a usury when he turned their tables over and whipped them. Ronnie and Reggie Cray are a pair of tarts. Proven by the way they mince. Look at that. Give them a pair of Tesco bags, look. It just goes to show you, look. It's all a con. As if Gangsters, even dead, the families would not let anybody use their images to advertise a supermarket like Tesco's. It's a joke. This is a good picture with a solicitor both mincing again, lot. It's another one where they're both mincing, lot. You cannot deny forensics as much as you want to. Who are these? Actor and craze expert Steve Wraith. Look at that egghead. Look at that stone. Look, anywhere where there's masonry, they just don't give a flying monkeys. We're Mason. Here we go, boxing pictures. I'd like to draw your attention to the fact they've got no chests. Ooh, they look like little pigeons pushing out the chests. Ooh. People are like, yeah, but they've got straight clavicles. They haven't even got any clavicles. Look inside that clavicle. Look at the shoulder, right? Imagine how a woman's bra strap just falls off a shoulder, look. This is why. Because the bone doesn't stick upwards and outwards like a man's does. Nice, flat, chunky clavicles. These two have got messed up boobies. Look at the nipples. I've seen more meat on a sparrow's kneecap. They both look like Lionel Messi on a drunk night out. I swallowed it! Excuse me. my. Oh, that's better. Holy moly. I swallowed a hair. That was horrible. I'm alright, Molly. It's my baby. It's one of yours. It won't. It was not one of my own hairs. I couldn't swallow one of my own hairs. Go on then, daft dog. Come on. Ta. Right, I'm back, sorry. Holy moly. Right, where were we? I was just saying that both of them have got really messed up breasts. Is that Charlie Cray? High set ears. What is that on the side of his ear? Dial M for Masons. Close set eyes. Small high set ears. Long top lip. Deep fulcrum. Small chin. Charlie Cray's a woman. Look. Female gait. Big saggy trousers. Is that them swimming? No, it is. And nobody notices, look, that the widest below the crotch. Pear-shaped gangsters. Ay, ay, ay. Ronnie Cray or Reggie Cray's funeral. Stepping over invisible dog poo. And we're done. They're all in on it, look. All the coppers are mincing. Ronnie Cray mincing on a day out after a funeral. A prison funeral. I remember my grandma died. The first time I'd ever been put in prison. And we got a message. And they said, we'll let you out for the day. But we weren't handcuffed to anyone. They just put us in a taxi. Sent us to the funeral. And said, come back, won't you? And we did. Of course we did. The Crays are women, proven by the way they walk, look. So are the policemen. It's all nonsense. Nipper of the yard, that's what I called him, right? Nipper. Is it Nipper, Scotland Yard? Nipper, Scotland. Leonard Nipper. I think that might be him. Scotland Yard. As if it didn't come up. This is the one that caught the craze. Ready? And I don't even think I've even looked at Nipper. I'm telling you now. God's honest, I don't think I've looked at this one of our father. Nipper. This is the one that caught the craze. Are we done? I think we're done, right? Because if the police are mincing, that means the whole story has to be corrupt. Because this person, this policeman, is a policewoman. These gangsters are women. How can you believe anything about the craze or what this fake policeman says? I live in a fake environment full of fake people. Everywhere I go, liars and deceivers. And they're in your own towns, I agree. Where I live, I don't see many of them. In Hollywood, where these people are en masse, you're going to see more, for sure. Anywhere where there's money, gated properties and communities, you know, you're going to find these people. They pretend like they live in the East End and the gangsters, but I'll put it on you now, nothing ever happens. One more picture there. Nipper of the yard, mincing. Whoever that is, another copper, mincing. And I can't decide with that one. But I'll just go on the 5 head that you're a woman and the wide belted coat. We're done. The Craze, yet another set of gangsters that they lied about. It's the Truman Show. There's nothing else I can tell you. It's the Truman Show. You live inside the Truman Show. Everything's a lie. It's all orchestrated. And if you ask me by whom, well, these are the puppets. Okay, these are the puppets that orchestrate it all. But they're all working towards their master. You know right from wrong. You know day from night, man from woman now. Truth and lies. Now you've got to choose between good and evil. We're done on the Craze. Who's the next gangster? Let's do Lucky Luciano. Why not? We'll go right back again. There's Lucky with a nog eye. She's an egghead, small chubby little face, eyes at ears, soft eyes, arching eyebrows. She's got beautiful bottom lip, very kissable. The long top lip, like what do they call him, Shitler. There she is. I said she had big pants and that lot. She's tiny. She really was tiny, look. Female gait, done. Absolute umdinger of a gate for Lucky Luciano. And there's the mob all together. Mincing. In line. I can't see that one. It's probably mincing as well. Detectives by Bettman. Is that his name? Bettman. Oh, you're done. Lucky Luciano in full mince. The police. Oh, is that a mobster? No, that's the policeman, isn't it? Full mince on this policeman. Full mince on the big policewoman. Full mince here, tightrope walker, on this policeman. How am I picking out so many minces? How am I picking out so many secretly sex-changed people? And it's because your whole life's a lie, everything. There's no such thing as dinosaurs. No such thing as nuclear bombs. There's no such thing as space. And the thing is, and it's the worst of all about, it's the worst thing in the world, knowing all of this, is that these people don't care. Even the ones you're trying to convince of something, when they find out, they won't care. When you meet someone who does, it's an instant thing. It's like it was for you. And I've only properly met one person where I woke this person up to flat earth. Didn't know about this subject. But I'm, as far as I know, I'm the only person that's ever recorded a real living, normal person accept the flat earth on their own steam on video. I didn't coerce anyone. I met this girl, stranger on the beach, showed her a magic trick, and then did the water in the glass routine. And she understood flat earth. And I walked with her for about 45 minutes back up to the beach at Cleethorpes. And that's the only woman or person ever I've ever seen a video where someone has literally woken up on camera. It's a blessing from God. Thank you, Father. Her name was Carrie. It's on my other computer. I've really got to get that other computer working. Lucky Luciano's a woman, look. Simple as. John Dillinger. He was a gangster, wasn't he? I thought he was a bank robber, John Dillinger, though. I don't think he was a... He might be a gangster, yeah, you're right. John Dillinger. I've covered John Dillinger. John Dillinger's got an egghead. Look at the 5 head. Dial M for Masons. Widest in hairline. Small high set ears. Soft eyes. No jawbone. Has a chin, but no jaw. Of course, Bonnie and Clyde were also flip-flops. And Mama, what's her name? Oh, look at that. Evelyn Billy Frechet. He's got a big head, hasn't he, that fella? Look at the size of his arms. He's solid, he is. There's the real gangster right there. John Dillinger, wind your neck in. There's a couple of Dillinger mints in the courthouse, I believe, in that clothing there. Where would we? I've just seen it there. This one. There's a couple of pictures here of John Dillinger minting. Here it is. There's your first one. John Dillinger, full mint, short arms, barely past the crotch, shoulder tilt. There's another one. Stair failing it, leg and foot going outwards. Look. America's most notorious bank robber and gangster, John Dillinger, with a bumhole in her chin. She's got soft, beautiful eyelashes. Look. Close to eyes, baby. Who is that monster right there? John Dillinger with his Dayton girl, Mary Longnecker. Mario Longnecker. Mary Longnecker. Oh, they love to put it in your face. Oh my gosh, Mary Longnecker with the deep set eyes. Look how deep set those eyes are. I don't know what to say. They put it in plain sight. His name is Mary Longnecker. I'm not making it up, look. Police are looking for John Dillinger and Mary Longnecker. Look at the size of his feet. Oh, he's a big fella, that one, isn't he? He's a big fella. John, why is your trousers so high? Let's go back. John's a girl anyway. And John's boyfriend here, Longnecker. Longnecker. I still can't believe it. Well, there you go. Look at the square chin. Explain to me why John Dillinger's got a tiny little pinpoint. Look at the sloping jaw. Look at the pointed chin with a bum hole in it. Then look at that bad boy right there. Absolute diesel. Mary Longnecker. You can't make this up, can you? Don't copy the image. Save the image. We're looking at Gangsters. And Dillinger is in the club. It's hard for you to accept. I know they've done it. It's too late. The boat sailed. You was born into this. The boat was well underway by the time you were born. So the chances of you spotting this are remote. Why are we spotting it now? Because it's a rollout. They want us to know this has happened. It's happening. And everyone that's mocked and scoffed is going to turn in their own graves. They are, because they're not going to stop. This is a full rollout. You understand? It's not as in, the world's flat. They just let it out slowly. Because otherwise there'd be absolute pandemonium all around the world. Imagine how you were the first day. When I realised that first day, world was flat, I'm not spinning, I was crazy with thoughts. John Dillinger's a woman. His boyfriend's a man with a long necker. And I've already done John Dillinger. You picked another one. Where was it? Who's putting all these requests in? Where are we? Lucky Luciano. I did that one, Trini. John Dillinger. John Dillinger. Where's the next one? Charles Hyung. Who the? He's Charles. You're winding me up. Never heard of him. You're winding me up, right? Stop winding me up. We're doing Gangsters. Where am I? Nadia Comanche. No, Anna. We're not doing requests yet. Where are we? Yasser Arafat. Oh, shut up. I want Gangsters. Gambino, Italy. Carlos Gambino. Carlos Gambino. Oh, we're done Gambino. Carlo Gambino. My bad. Closer eyes. Coffee bean closer eyes. No brow bone look. Vertical forehead. Widest in the hairline. Small highs at ears. No jawbone look. Just subcutaneous layers of fat. It's all mobsters. I don't know if I got Gambino's gait. I think some of them were just too old back in time to find pictures. Yeah. No good. Gambino's a woman. They're all women. That's an absolute woman's face. It's all mobsters. Henry Hill, he was the police informant, no one. He wasn't actually a real gangster. Yeah. Henry Hill. I think I've done Henry Hill as well. Ray Liotta played Henry Hill, right? The police informant who pretended to be a gangster. To get see, it's all made up. It's all made up. So this story never happened. Looking at what's his name? Henry Hill. Henry Hill. I don't think there's many gates on Henry Hill, as I recall, because it's a real person. And he's an FBI agent walking. Yeah, there's nothing. Look, you can't do anything with it. It's not a request. Next. Why do they want us to know now? Because we're living in end times, Trini. This is Revelations. All things being revealed. All things being revealed. I've never heard of Charles Hyung. Gambino I did. Whitey Bulger, that's a hit, man. I think we did Whitey Bulger. Yeah, we did. One of the Mafia's hitmen. I think that's the only gate on this bitch. Small arms. We did skull check her though. Right there, is that Whitey when she was younger? Dial M for Masons. Widest in hairline, close set eyes look, no brow bone, small high set ears, long top lip, pink bottoms, and the rounded jaw of a woman. Who was it? Whitey Bulger. Walking. It's definitely one foot in front of the other. Look at them trousers. Look at the hips on the pair of them. That's Whitey Bulger there with the sloping shoulders. Oh, Marlo, you stink dog. Mincing. Look at this dude here. Mincing with a dude in a dress. A cock in a frock. Again, there's no gates for this one. Not famous enough. Sammy the Bull Gravano. Sammy the Bull Gravano, another hitman. All 5'2" of her, pink lips, small rounded eyes, look, no brow bone, arched eyebrow, high set ears, soft jawline, very wide in the top of the head. Look, not the tallest of foreheads, I grant you, but very wide. It should be here, not up there. The Bull. This is a mincer with a shoulder tilt, the hip twist. You can't tell by the way I use my walk. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my gosh, look at that! Is that a photo for Sammy the Bull Gravano? That don't look like the bull, whoever that is. Oh, it's his son, Gerard. Oh, we know a Gerard, don't we? She's a woman as well. Walking. There is one, I'm sure, in the street in blue jeans. Is it blue jeans? There's a full mint somewhere, I think. How close together those eyes are. Small face. Remember, all 5'2" of this person was the hardest, most notorious, craziest hitman in the world. Yeah, it's all hearsay. We're done. I don't need to do any more. We covered enough of the gangsters. I know there were more gangsters, but we covered the main ones, the ones that everyone knows. It doesn't matter what I look at, I'm going to see the same pattern and recognition through forensics, and so will you. Let's get rid of that.